There's a brand new fighter drone at the center of a heated debate in Britain, and it's not just any drone. It's being called a game changer for the future of British defense. This advanced piece of technology is stirring up strong opinions across the country, from government officials to everyday citizens. At the heart of the controversy are two of Britain's most iconic aerospace giants, BAE Systems and Rolls-Royce. Both companies have a long history of shaping the UK's military power, and now, they find themselves on opposite sides of a crucial decision. The main issue: it's whether this next-generation drone should be designed, engineered, and built entirely within Britain's borders, or if the project should involve foreign partners, sharing technology and expertise from abroad. This question has sparked passionate arguments about national independence versus international collaboration. The disagreement has quickly escalated into a national conversation, with politicians, industry experts, and the public weighing in. The stakes are incredibly high, not just for the companies involved, but for the entire country's security and technological future. This drone is expected to become the backbone of the UK's air power for years to come. It could revolutionize how Britain defends its skies, supports its allies, and maintains its influence on the global stage. But before any of that can happen, BAE and Rolls-Royce must find common ground and agree on the best way to move forward with the project. Their decision will set the tone for the entire industry. This clash isn't just about technology. It's about Britain's identity and its role in a rapidly changing world. Should the UK prioritize self-reliance or embrace global partnerships to stay ahead? For many, this debate is about more than just a single machine. It's about national pride, the security of future generations, and the promise of thousands of high-tech jobs for British workers. The question remains, should Britain go it alone, showcasing its engineering prowess, or should it open the doors to international expertise and resources? There's no easy answer. Both sides present compelling arguments, and the decision will have lasting consequences for the nation's defense and economy. As this high-stakes story unfolds, the British public is watching every move, eager to see which path their country will choose. Whatever the outcome, one thing is certain: the decision made now will shape the future of British defense and innovation for decades to come. Rolls-Royce is another legend in British aviation. Founded in 1906, it first became famous for making luxury cars, but soon, its aircraft engines became just as important. Rolls-Royce engines powered the Spitfire in World War II and many other famous planes. Today, Rolls-Royce is known for making some of the world's most advanced jet engines. Its products are used by both military and commercial aircraft, and the company's research facilities are honestly among the best anywhere. Rolls-Royce employs thousands of people in the UK and exports its engines worldwide. Rolls-Royce often works with partners from other countries. It has experience in global joint ventures and in sharing technology with trusted allies. The company believes that teaming up with others can help keep costs down and bring in new ideas. For this new drone, Rolls-Royce wants to use its engineering skills, but is open to working with foreign suppliers if it benefits the project. The new fighter drone is a bold step for the UK, representing a leap into the future of military technology. It's not just another aircraft, it's a symbol of the country's ambition to lead in the rapidly evolving world of defense. Designed to fly without a pilot on board, this drone can carry out complex missions that would be too risky or difficult for humans. It can navigate hostile environments, make split-second decisions, and adapt to changing situations, all while being remotely controlled or even operating autonomously. The drone's versatility is key. It could be used for surveillance, gathering vital intelligence over enemy territory, engaging in air combat with other aircraft, and even launching precision attacks on ground targets. Its presence could change the balance in any conflict. To succeed, its technology must be cutting-edge, capable of facing modern threats like advanced enemy defenses, electronic warfare, and cyber attacks. Every system, from sensors to software, needs to be state-of-the-art. This project is important for several reasons that go beyond just military power. First, it could significantly boost the UK's military strength, giving the armed forces new capabilities and helping to deter potential adversaries. Second, it would help keep British companies and workers busy for years, supporting thousands of high-skilled jobs and driving innovation in the UK's aerospace sector. Third, it might allow the UK to export drones to allies, generating revenue, strengthening international partnerships, and enhancing the country's reputation as a leader in defense technology. But building a world-class drone is not easy. The challenges are immense, from technical hurdles to tight deadlines and budget constraints. It requires advanced sensors, powerful engines, stealthy designs, and secure communications to ensure the drone can operate safely and effectively in any environment. Each part must be carefully made and tested, with no room for error. Reliability and performance are critical, as lives and national security could depend on this technology. If the UK tries to do everything itself, it could take longer and cost more, risking delays and overruns that could undermine the project's success. The way this drone is built will set the tone for future projects, shaping the UK's defense industry for years to come. That's why the debate between BAE and Rolls-Royce matters so much. It's about more than just one drone. It's about the future of British innovation and security. BAE Systems has set out an ambitious goal. They want their next-generation drone to be made almost entirely in Britain, from the smallest screw to the most advanced software. This vision goes beyond just assembling parts. It's about building a truly homegrown product that showcases British innovation and expertise at every stage. The company argues that keeping control within British borders is absolutely vital for national security. By ensuring that every step of the process happens in the UK, BAE believes they can better protect sensitive information and technology. If all the parts are made at home, the UK won't have to rely on foreign suppliers, which can be risky in times of global tension or supply chain disruptions. This self-sufficiency could prove crucial in a crisis. It also means that advanced military technology is less likely to fall into the wrong hands, protecting it from foreign spies or hackers who might try to steal secrets or sabotage systems. BAE also says that an all-British approach would create thousands of new jobs, not just in their own factories, but across the entire supply chain. Factories and labs across the UK would benefit, from large cities to smaller towns, boosting local economies and supporting British industry as a whole. Young people could train for high-tech careers, gaining valuable skills in engineering, robotics, and cybersecurity, fields that are vital for the future. The company believes this would not only strengthen the country's economy and skills base, but also inspire national pride. There's a sense of accomplishment in proving that Britain can lead the way in cutting-edge defense technology. BAE wants to show the world that Britain is capable of designing, building, and deploying world-class defense systems, setting a standard for others to follow. The company is confident that local suppliers, from small businesses to major manufacturers, are up to the challenge of delivering high-quality components. By keeping the entire process in the UK, BAE believes they can ensure better quality control and produce safer, more reliable equipment for the armed forces. However, critics warn that this approach could be expensive and slow down production, making it harder to compete with countries that use global supply chains. But BAE insists that building an all-British drone is the best way to keep the UK strong, secure, and independent for generations to come. Rolls-Royce has a different view. The company is open to using the best parts, even if some come from trusted allies. Rolls-Royce argues that global partnerships can speed up the project and reduce costs. By working with others, they can share risks and learn new techniques. The company also says that many British planes and engines already include foreign parts. These global supply chains have worked well in the past. Rolls-Royce believes that focusing only on British parts could make the drone too expensive to export. Another key point is innovation. Rolls-Royce thinks that working with top companies from other countries can bring fresh ideas. This could make the drone even more advanced. Rolls-Royce warns that if Britain tries to do everything alone, it might fall behind other countries that are moving faster. The UK government is watching the debate closely. Some leaders want to keep as much work as possible in Britain. They say this will protect jobs and make the UK safer. Others worry that shutting out foreign partners could slow the project and drive up costs. Experts in defense and industry are split. Some agree with BAE that British control is key. They argue that foreign-made parts could be risky if relations with those countries change. Others side with Rolls-Royce, pointing out that global teamwork has led to better planes and engines in the past. The Ministry of Defense has not made a final decision. Officials say they want a drone that is affordable, advanced, and secure. They are looking at both arguments before choosing a path. There is also pressure from allies. Countries like Italy and Japan are interested in joining the project. Their support could bring money and technology. The outcome of this debate will shape the project's future. If BAE's view wins, the drone will be a symbol of British independence. But it may take longer and cost more. If Rolls-Royce's approach is chosen, the drone could be ready sooner and might be more competitive on the world market. There are risks with both paths. An all-British drone may be harder to sell abroad if it is too expensive, but a drone built with foreign help could raise security questions and lose some local support. The government must decide what matters most: speed, cost, jobs, or control. This decision will affect not only the drone but also future defense projects. Other countries will watch to see what the UK does. Over the next year, more details will emerge. Political pressure, industry competition, and global events will all play a part. The fight between BAE Systems and Rolls-Royce over the UK's next-gen fighter drone is about more than technology. It is a test of the country's vision for its future. Should Britain try to lead alone, or should it work with others? Both sides have strong reasons. BAE wants to protect British jobs, skills, and secrets. Rolls-Royce believes that teamwork with allies can bring better, faster results. The government and experts are still weighing the options. Whatever is decided, the story is far from over. The outcome will shape how Britain defends itself and competes in the world for many years to come. All eyes are now on what happens next.